Hey everyone, this is WTF at TFW, and I guess if I throw a video onto this, Vangelis on YouTube. We're talking to Josh Lamb from Hasbro. I have a card here that says Senior Director Design and Development. Is that true?
That is me.
Excellent.
Yes,
So we're chilling out here. It's late night Botcon Saturday. We just had the casino night running. It's I guess it's still running strong.
it's running strong. It's just an absolute blast. I mean, it's just so much fun.
It sounds like you've been enjoying some of the funny money casino stuff.
The casino's a blast. We come here every year. The fans are great. All the different different rooms, all the different panels are outstanding. But I'll say, you get to the casino night. Sorry, I'm a little tired here. You get to the casino night. You get to the casino night, and it's just fun because you're not only just having fun playing, but you're just kind of really hanging out and just talking to people. And it's amazing. There's a lot of people that when you're working in the booth, certain people that come up and talk to you. There's a lot of people that don't, and they just either they don't know if they can approach you or not. But when you're doing casino night, I have to talk to more people at casino night than the rest of the convention combined.
Yeah.
So it's really fun.
Cool. Yeah. It's great just getting to sit down and talk with anyone around
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Like adding the social aspect. That's what makes this thing a different thing than like your San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh, totally agree. I mean, I sit there and just playing poker with someone I don't know, and we're talking about Transformers. It's a blast.
So you guys had your big panel today.
Yes, we did.
And Clint was leading the way on that one.
Yes, Clint did a remarkable job. It was really cool because that obviously it takes us year and a half to kind of ramp up a lot of the product stuff, and so we're kind of giddy to show it throughout the year, but to finally get up in the panel and put some stuff up there, especially some we knew some characters that people would be pretty crazy about. We were excited to do that.
Oh, you hit some high points on Generation. Some
Yes.
of those comic characters especially.
Yes.
More Than Meets the Eye has been quite a fan favorite comic series this last almost couple of years, I guess.
Outstanding.
Year and a bit. And seeing stuff like Swerve and Tailgate.
Mm-hmm.
Going outside of that though, seeing that Voyager Starscream you guys are doing from Armada.
It's sick, isn't it?
A couple of us have been saying, like, ever since that Hot Shot came out, where's the Starscream? That was the other Armada toy that needed that treatment.
Yes. No, it's just, I think, well, also stepping back, working with IDW has just been outstanding. They really are setting the stage for, and I said this in the panel, and I've said this, to people, you have a history of G1, but you don't want to be doing retro all the time. You want to reimagine the brand. And I think what IDW has been doing with reimagining the brand, with taking the classic characters that everybody knows and updating them with new, modern, contemporary looks is a win for everybody. Everybody likes that. And so for us to be able to really partner up with them, take their styling cues, work with them, and give them some of the cues that we're looking at doing, and in true partnership, I think we're really creating a Generations line now and going forward. It's going to be contemporary, modern, fun, new, innovative. At the same time, all the characters everybody wants. I mean, it's just like it's a win for everyone.
It feels like the synergy that was going on with animated back in '08, where there was a real there wasn't such a big divide between the media and the toy line.
You're absolutely correct. That was the synergy that was happening there with the people that were involved was outstanding, and we're seeing it again right now. It's just things are just kind of lining up, and it's amazing. You think those things could just happen easily, and they don't. There's a lot of stuff that has to be orchestrated for the partnerships and the timing and just everything to work out right, and it's happening right now. So it's exciting to be on.
And just mentioning that that synergy happened like back with that team.
Yep.
One thing I mentioned to Clint in our interview was a big thing of this BotCon for me is we've had a lot of people rotating out. We've got Eric Ziebenailer's over on Star Wars now. I believe Bill Rawley's there now too. Greg Lombardo over on Play-Doh, which is one of our favorite anecdotes on the podcast.
Well, I'll say it's one of those things where we all to the group here in the building, the group that's here at the convention and on your podcast, it's a dedicated Transformers fan. And these are people that just love Transformers. A lot of us that are designers, especially toy designers, we love designing toys, and obviously always coming to it from different angles, but if whether you're a Transformers fan or toy designer or Star Wars or Play-Doh or whatever, it's fun to be creative in a new medium. And so a lot of people at Hasbro, really seek that out. You work on a brand for a while, you have a blast doing it, but then you go, hey, look, what's that person doing next to me? Well, they're having fun over there too, and I want to try that out. And so trying to just keeping that creative spirit moving within yourself, it's exciting to move around and try different things. I know myself, I've been on NASCAR, Star Wars, and then Marvel for I think 3, 4, 5 years. Now I'm on the Transformers brand, and of course I'm in Transformers as well as Marvel and other brands that I've loved since a kid. but being able to bring new creative energy to something, and being able to try something new out it's exciting. The designers seek that out.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of the Hasbro brands, Transformers in particular, feels like in the toy world, it has a sense of prestige to it. Like you almost can see in other toy lines that have a transforming feature appearing in them. Sometimes you just see things where you see clearly a designer who wants to be working on Transformers just trying. A great example, Mattel's Green Lantern line, they had these transforming vehicles, and one of them had features in it where I was like, this guy just wants to have a robot mode. Like it's a vehicle to vehicle, but like it's so creative. It's like this poor guy feels like he wants to be working on Transformers.
Well, I'll say it's amazing. You know, Transformers just inherently, just the magic. You know, it's fundamentally, it's the idea of something that magically happens, and being able to give to a kid a toy that they can change and alter in their own way and do it magically is something that people always do. You look at construction toys, you look at all kinds of toys that are out there, and it just happens that Transformers. What's amazing is the IP that's wrapped around it is just incredible.
Yeah. So
you're taking that great play pattern, that great imagination, and then you're tying it to to these characters that have had 30 years now out there that just mean a lot to a lot of people. It's a perfect marriage.
Yeah, and on the IP end, something that we're seeing, especially this year, is the whole team, it seems, have been really invested in the construct bots.
The constructor bots?
Yeah.
Yes.
I keep calling them construct bots.
Yeah.
But they at the panel, there was clearly a huge panel side energy for them, and I was talking to Clint about this because it felt like there was a huge energy from the panel, and a lot of us were still like, we don't know what they are yet. I'm gonna be taking a look at some of those tomorrow. I'm just wondering, like with the IP of Transformers, does that give you guys almost like the confidence to be able to take almost like a new little line, like a build line, like construct bots, wrap it in that IP and give it the boost it needs to be noticed?
That's something that when you're saying the IP standpoint, that's more to come there. As far as how we're going to be addressing the constructor bots. Characters and their transformation, their customization. We're kind of launching usually not usually. Sometimes we want to launch an IP first before the product, vice versa. I think right now we're really focusing on the way to play. If you see a lot of the characters are classic characters, we want to really kind of tap into what people know in the Transformers universe and bring to it a whole new way to play. Something that Transformers is so strong, it's so powerful. And you want to, re-engage, and again, it's that more than meets the eye. That's a term that our CEO, Brian Goldner, uses all the time. He always asks us, hey, I want to see that more than meets the eye moment. What's that new more than meets the eye moment? And with constructor bots, more than meets the eye it's a whole new way to, construct, customize, build, and then transform without taking it apart. It's a whole new way to play with construction toys.
And that was a huge thing for me because I think it's just that the information hadn't disseminated the right way. It was this afternoon that I learned they don't come apart to transform, and it hugely changes my perspective on them.
And that to us was that was the key, the whole thing about it. I mean, way from let me step back. A couple of years ago, when we were at the Pasadena convention. That's when we were at the as I mentioned, we were at the fan build contest or the fan build day where you build your own transformer, and we're going, well, this is just too much fun, and so we down the path led us to constructor bots. But in the beginning, the constructor bots, we said, look, you got to be able to transform without taking it apart. I mean, that's just fundamentally just Transformers. You transform, we got to make that happen, and so we kind of work backwards off of that principle, and creating a product line where you can you obviously assemble it and then it stays together and you can transform it back and forth. That was huge. And then what blew us away was we started testing this with kids. We brought a bunch of kids into our fun lab, did a lot of research, and kids were excited about customizing. I mean, they literally, it was the kids that told us, hey, this is great. I get it. I love it. I want to customize it on top of everything else.
Yeah.
And we're like going, well, yeah, I mean, you can't customize it because it's all these pieces that have a universal connection system. So just the fact that we went, and we said it's not just that you build it, you transform it, but you can customize it into anything you want, that got us even more excited. And so it's really exciting to be able to bring a new way to play Transformers to the brand and the IP that everybody already knows.
Yeah. Well, I mean, construct or constructabots.
Yeah.
Those were something that it was mostly actually after the panel talking to Clint and actually hearing the face-to-face passion for that line. I'm starting to more understand where it's coming from. And
no, and you're right. It is something that internally in the building, we've been working on it for a couple of years, and we've got a lot of people on it because it's one of those things where, we have a foundation and we have a history of doing transformation, traditional transformers pretty well, and even though they're incredibly challenging to do, we kind of got a process in place to make that work. And as I said in the panel, creating a construction toy line from scratch is it's really hard. There's not many, it's not often a new construction system comes out in the marketplace because there's just a lot of investment, a lot of figuring out how it's going to work. And we just got so excited about it. We just, really dove in there and really worked our brains out on it. And what you see now at launch is just kind of our foot in the water, and you're going to see a whole lot more very, very shortly as that line gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah, I mean, even the 2014 Beast Hunter stuff looked like a marked improvement just aesthetically.
And it's just because we're learning. I mean, you do a set and you go, oh, hey, I can do this better. And then the next set you do it and you go, hey, I can do this better. And it's like with just any transformer. You learn from the one you do previously.
Yeah, so, and moving around on that tangent, just one last little word about Generations. Taking a look at like what you showed that's upcoming, and going more so into those sneak peeks. It looked like you guys were also, like, aside from having a Beast aspect in there and this IDW aspect, and maybe it's an IDW thing I just don't know about yet, but having stuff like Scoop, a double Target Master of all things, one of the most forgettable things, but like diving deep into the niche on that one.
Well, that's the thing. As we go,
cool.
It's cool. Well, thank you. That's going forward. We really want to make sure that Generations line is going to become bigger. It's going to become larger, as you already see. The number of items that we have planned is huge, bigger than ever before. But the Generations line is for the fan, and the fans out there love the obscure, crazy, bizarre stuff. And that's the things that we want to deliver on. I know for us, I mean, when it was first pitched for us to do Rhinox, I was just going, yeah, that's so right on. And then to do a Rhinox that is, when it's in Rhino mode, it looks like a real Rhino. That was just, hands down.
We're getting to do him just on the $20 price point even. Like, so he's sizable and he's sizable. He's the proper size.
And it's just we want Generations to be that kind of fun, that imagination, and where people are going to go to retail and just be excited each time because there's always something new that's just unexpected. Yeah.
The only thing about Generations when it comes to these interviews that's a bummer is there's not much else I can ask you guys.
I know.
You showed us so much.
Well, this is one thing we always talk about. This the big dilemma is, we've sat down. I know what we're doing for the whole year, and I even know what we're doing for. To be honest with you, we got kind of part of 2015 already mapped out because we have to work that far ahead.
That's the development life cycle, right? Like 2 years, roughly.
Exactly, and it's one of those things where, I guarantee you, if we came here and said, do you want to know everything for the next 2 years? Everybody would say, yeah, we do. And as soon as we would say it, everybody would be upset because now they got 2 years of nothing to know about. They'd just be waiting. So it's that it's that idea of you kind of have to dole out the characters a little bit at a time, just because in reality you want me as a fan of things that I like, you want to always be searching for the next new thing. And if you know it all, then all of a sudden, now I got a year of nothing to think about. So we do kind of purposely roll it out slowly. Not slowly. We just kind of rolled out kind of how the product rolls out
in a fluid way, like stream of it.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll continue to do that. And again, because Generations is getting larger and larger, the great thing is we got a lot of stuff to show. We're going to show a few things probably at Comic-Con. We show a lot of stuff here, more than we planned. We threw some stuff in at the last minute. A lot of that Wave 2 sneak peek.
Sneak peeks were
like, you know what? Just show. These are the Botcon guys. These are the guys that want to see this stuff.
Those popped because a lot of us coming into this Botcon, since it was so close to San Diego Comic-Con, a lot of us came in here thinking like this would be a pretty milquetoast panel. A lot of just wait 2 weeks kind of thing.
No. We made the big decision. No, this is the Botcon. These are the fans. These are the diehards that are coming to tier. We're going to show it all to them that we can. There's a couple things we're going to obviously show at Comic-Con. We're going to show then the fan poll. We want to save that one because that one we kind of put out globally for fans to choose, and we wanted to at Comic-Con where you really get a kind of a global fan, general fan coming in. We wanted that to be a celebration in front of everybody, not just Transformers fans, but fans of just the genre of toys and those characters in general. So that's something we want to say for that. But we really we put in a lot more stuff in this presentation than we expected, just so we can make sure we deliver to the fan.
There was a thing about the fan built bot, and this might be treading into SDCC territory, but it was something mentioned on the mic. I didn't quite catch it. I was in the back of the room.
Yeah.
It sounded like this is a toy, but I'm not sure if that was the impression I was meant to take from it, and I'm not sure if I can really ask for any more clarification on that.
What do you mean? You mean what we're going to do with it? You mean,
yeah. Because I went into the fan build bot poll assuming that this was going to become just a character. There'd be 2 pieces of art, maybe a comic appearance, and that'd be about it.
No. It's a toy.
It's a toy?
It's a toy. I don't know if that's been announced. Has it been announced?
I don't know. I mean,
I just announced it, so there you go.
It was mentioned on the well, basically what you guys showed us was, here's a silhouette of the jet mode.
It is going to be a toy. It's going to be part of our Generations line. It is absolutely incredible. And as I even said, I think I saw on the panel or maybe after the panel, I can't remember now. It's been kind of a long day. What the fans chose and how they went about it got us inspired. And down the road, this fan-built bot's actually going to lead into something even larger for us.
Cool.
Yeah, which is actually, it's pretty cool.
That was another thing alluded to, but the way it was alluded to sounded like an engineering design thing.
No, it's something. It's well, it's just something bigger. I can't get into.
Yeah,
it
I
now.
don't want to press you too
Yeah,
much.
no, and I can't. But it is. It's got some people back in our building back in Rhode Island pretty excited.
Yeah.
Because one thing leads to the next thing, and you go, hey, you know what? Well, if we did this, then why don't we do this? And then it just snowballs into something much larger. So.
Yeah.
We're really excited. The fans have really, I'll be honest with you, and this is one of those things where, 2 years from now, people are out there doing, experiencing what we're going to be putting together long-term wise, they're going to go, hey, we made that happen. We voted for that to start off.
That's what is gobsmacking me, because the whole time that fan-built bot poll was happening, I was like, we know the development cycle of your average deluxe transformer. Like, the idea that this would lead to a physical product, not impossible, but I found it unlikely.
No, it's being worked on feverishly right now as we speak.
Well done.
Well done to you guys. Trust me. I mean, you guys were awesome.
That's really cool. Well, moving on from there, I guess, we talked some Generations, some construct a bots.
Construct a bots.
Construct a bots.
Yes.
There was before I wanted to talk a little bit about Beast Hunters, but before I get there was one quick thing I wanted to bring up, especially since you've got a very design side element to what you do here. There's a thing that used to be done by Hasbro. It's currently happening a lot in Takara Tomy in their interviews and on their YouTube channel, which is designer commentary on a toy once it's been released. Now, I don't know if I'm the only one. There's a couple of us. I try to be one of the louder proponents for any kind of designer commentary that could be released. I think would be huge for making the discussion more alive about the toys.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's something that I'll say. We do. We did the interview I think recently with Gizmodo, where they came to our building.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
And it was a blast. And it was me and Panzika, and we had Mark in the shop, and as great as those things are, I mean, they're awesome. Gizmodo was a nice partner, and everything. That's half a day that we had to set aside. And I know, this is just like the lamest answer in the world. We are just running our brains out. I mean, my guys get into work early. They work their brains out. Sometimes they miss lunch. If all the times they miss lunch, they go home, they put their kids to bed, and they work all night. It's just there's just so much going on with Transformers that just trying to find the time to do anything is just it's challenging.
Yeah.
We do want to do something where we address the fans in a better way, whether it be video blogs or and something that's not. I mean, obviously we're in a corporation, but some way that's a little more designer driven. Whether it be a blog, a video thing, or whatever. And we sit there, we have a meeting, we go, yes, it'd be great. We'll do this every Friday. We'll do this. Friday comes, we're swamped. So,
I wouldn't want to see it. I'd love to, but I wouldn't say like, let's see a commentary for every single toy that comes out. Even just like the prestige items, some of the Thrilling 30.
I know.
I was looking at there was a video commentary for Masterpiece Lambor over in Takara Tomy Land. And it was so focused on just like really interesting little design elements that it made the conversation about the toy more vibrant.
I would absolutely. I'll bet. I know that when I work with my designers, and they're they're talking to me about what their plans are, what they want to do, what they want to accomplish in these conversations. I mean, they're noodling in the deep of it. And in fact, and as you know, we work with Takar Tomy, I mean, so closely. We're like joined at the hip, which is great.
Yeah.
But it is our relationship with Takar Tomy. Every night it is full emails back and forth. Every week it is video conferencing and or FaceTiming or whatever with them. But the emails that capture everything. I mean, every single thing that we do on every single product is a detailed conversation between the designers on both sides, and those emails alone are just fascinating. I mean, you can because I park them in all my different inbox boxes for storage once I read them, just so I have a history. But you go back through and you'll read like you look at Rhinox. You go through read the whole history of emails back and forth about Rhinox, and it's fascinating. I mean, it's like a chapter of a book because you're watching the development every step of the way, what's going on, and those emails including sketches. Little, how do we want to transform it? How do we want to change this? How do we want to do this? And it's the kind of stuff that I'm saving. Yeah. Someday, if we can get our act together, I mean, that would be a fascinating book.
Oh, a design, of course, copy edited for content, but like a book that had like that kind of
all that stuff
laid out. I mean, there are a growing number of fans. That are like myself included, who are. We are now that we've been in this so long. Like something that keeps a number of us vested is the process by which these things are made.
Yeah.
And it's a far off future thing, but seeing stuff like Covenant of Primus, some of the other coffee table books of just artwork even. Yeah. This is one of those things where if it ever were to happen, I'd be there day one.
I love to put it out there, and I love to put it out there really in almost a raw form. I mean, our publishing partners do some gorgeous books. I mean, they put them together. They do. They're edited appropriately and the artwork's beautiful. I'm talking about just the raw stuff. These emails that, just say, yeah, that's great. Change that to black.
Even that would be cool.
Just these little snippets, because and the next email, okay, I'll change it to black, and this got changed. Hey, can we make that mold texture soft, and change the PMS color to this, and it's just these little snippets of stuff, and it's polite back and forth conversation, but it's just. It's not, it doesn't read beautifully, but as a fan, you read it and you go, oh my gosh, I get the whole history of what's happening.
Especially like if you're reading that, holding the final product. I find that amazing.
Oh yeah, I find that amazing, and and the cool thing is I get to live it.
Well, the last major topic I wanted to talk to you about was just the Beast Hunters and the reveal, of the more of an entry level series of toys.
Yes.
Out of there. Now, the headline of it. For your, overreactive online fandom, the headline of it read kind of spooky, of people saying like, "Hey, Beast Hunters, they're going to simplify stuff for the kids."
Yep.
And I went on Twitter actually just to see what people thought all that meant, having not been here.
Yep.
And so I was talking to Clint about this, and it looked like the basic idea was you guys wanted to have a way for kids to enter Transformers without having a 15 to 37 step transformation.
Absolutely, hands down. I mean, it's I showed you that G1 Optimus Prime I pulled out there. G1 Optimus Prime, I played with. That was Jerry Javoin's. I had one. I played with when I was younger, and that was fun.
Yeah,
that got me engaged in the brand. And that kind of experience. We do these tests with kids. I got kids. We do tests with kids, and I'll tell you. It's great, and there's a ton of kids out there that love getting a Transformer that's got some complexity to it. You sit down at the table and you play and you understand, you master it. That's a great way that's great. And that's awesome. But for the other kid out there who wants to just come into battle and transform and battle and transform back into a car mode and transform back and, back and forth and really role play the experience of a Transformer, that's what we're seeing that with our Legions and Commanders. I mean, these kids are just, we have piles of Transformers around the room as kids come in to test, and they grab first they grab the big ones, they play them for a little bit, and they love them, but then they go to the little guys, and then they go out and actually play.
Yeah.
That's something, we actually sat down, it was me, my marketing partner, Jay Duke, we sat down with Michael Bay, I don't say that often, it was a great opportunity. We sat down with him, and we talked about that, because we're sure, because even Michael Bay's talked to us a little bit about some of his frustration of how they got a little complicated.
Yeah,
which is true. And, we sat down and said, Michael, you're absolutely right. You look in your films, and in your films, you have Optimus Prime drives in, transforms within 2 seconds, and he's in the action battling. And what do we do to recreate that excitement, that energy that you're seeing in the film? Well, we have Optimus Prime come in, and then you stop for 20 minutes to transform it. That's not capturing the magic that's happening in the film or in the animation.
Yeah.
And Michael Bay's like, yeah, you're absolutely right. And we showed him some stuff, some ideas that we're looking at, and he was like, well, yeah, that's fun again. That makes it fun. And so with this, what you're seeing here with Prime was a little bit of a test, something that because as Beast Hunters, as we're ramping up for the movie, wanted to try some stuff out. Yeah, it's very clear. You can take a look at. It's a Legion scale figures. We kind of scale up to play with.
The impression I got was in order to get to this stage as quick as possible. Now that you know the concept, it seemed like the quickest way, most pragmatic way, was to take the Legion toys and redesign them taller.
Absolutely, that's what we did, and that worked out great for this experiment. And it's great. We've been testing the models out. They're working great with the kids. That Bumblebee, I have a working one on my desk. I play with it all the time because it's actually a deluxe scale big Bumblebee. I just flick back and forth into both modes. I love it. As we move into the movie property, you're going to be seeing some stuff where we're taking that kind of thought process. We're not going to be scaling up Legions or anything like that. We're actually designing from scratch, so they'll have.
But within that box.
Yeah, but within the spirit of quick transformation, and getting to the action fast. And of course, at the same time, don't get me wrong, but Generations is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. If you're a fan, you're going to be getting. If you're a fan, especially going into movie year, and you like puzzle play, you're going to love it.
And it sounds like with showing that alongside Generations, it sounds like that's a way of assuaging the fear that all Transformers is moving into the
No. Generations is getting bigger, and it is what it is. It is fun puzzle play. And then our line for that obviously is targeted more towards a younger audience. And again, when I say younger audience, it's styled really cool. It's all modern stuff. It's just done in a way that you can you don't have to get the instructions out to transform.
Those Predacons looked pretty cool.
They look awesome.
And I mean, it immediately had me walking around the Hasbro booth going like, hey guys, you should do the other three.
Trust me. Yeah, it was.
It sure looks cool if those pegs on the inside of the legs could clip onto a thing. That would be neat. I mean, those are just part of the character detail. They got to stay there.
But still, they came out. It was a great. I'll say, it was a great learning experience for us. We can't wait for those items to ship. I think, especially our younger kids are going to absolutely love playing with them. That's been already proven out in our test results. And moving forward, we really want to make sure that we have a clear, hey, if you want to play quick, we got that. And hey, if you want to sit there and do puzzle play, we got you covered.
Yeah, it sounds like as long as the two play patterns are not canceling each other out in some way.
And they aren't. They aren't. What we did in the past was we tried to come up with one play pattern and try to make everybody happy at the same time.
Yeah.
No, that's not working. You have kids that get flustered with instructions, and then you have fans that want to really play with transformation. So we're going to really, create two worlds to play in. And the great thing is there's so many Transformers fans out there, both kids and adults. There's room for both.
Yeah.
So it's great.
Well, it's great to hear because I was having discussions on Twitter already about like what motivations would be there. Like there's the easy stated motivation, but when talking about things like is there some kind of budget crunch or anything like that? I was saying like with Generations happening simultaneously, clearly the money's still there.
Oh, it's nothing to do with budget crunch. No, trust me. When the end of the year, when 2014's over with, and you're gonna look back, you're gonna go, man, that's a huge toy line. And you go, man, that is like, or the whole line in general. It's going to be a ton of new stuff. Even if you look at the sneak peek for the 14 stuff, for Generations, we're doing a lot of new tooling. This isn't just.
Well, the number of new head molds coming up, like it's good to see. There was a little dip at the start of Generations with like the clip-on wheels and everything like that we had been warned about at a Botcon previous of the economy having this kind of cascade effect in a year or two, and it feels like the line has really pushed itself back up from there in the last 6 months or so.
Yes.
Just like with the larger accessories with the remolds, everything like that. So it seems like the up and up is there.
Yes, it is.
I feel like getting that across is what is necessary to keep the conversation moving.
Absolutely.
In the greater fandom.
Absolutely. And I'll say, back in Rhode Island, back in our Hasbro head office, it is full steam. People are so excited about what we're doing that it's. We're having to do even the stuff that we got planned for 14 is so exciting. We're actually getting our senior management saying, "Hey, make more. This is too good. Make more of it." So you're going to be seeing a lot of stuff, a lot of new molds. A ton of new molds, actually, and a lot of real cool innovation in how things transform.
Cool. Well, this room's filling up for some kind of auction, so I got one last question for you.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you guys were expecting it. So how did it feel suddenly seeing yesterday tons of people dragging Metroplexes all over the place?
Oh, it was
in the dealer
awesome.
room?
It was great. We weren't sure if they're going to be sold here or not, and we worked it out so they could be sold here.
Yeah.
And the really cool thing was, it was a Big Bad Toy Store sold it. They did an excellent job. It's very easy to come to a convention and jack up a price on something.
When I found out they overnighted those from China.
They overnighted from China.
And they basically just tacked 20 on the price. I was like, how do you...
They did it out of love. I mean, I'm dead serious. Because they could have easily charged double.
Yeah, a number of them now in the dealer room are 200.
Too. But the fact that they charge an appropriate price for shipping overnight, which things are huge, as you know, it was exciting. And seeing everybody carrying them around. I mean, we've been working at Metroplex for a couple of years now. We were excited to get it out there. It took quite a while, and just the fact that people are excited about it. There's going to be some more. Again, what you see in the Metroplex, what you see with Constructabots, what you seeing with and where we're going. We're making this line bigger, more exciting, and the goal is that every time you go to a convention, every time we're always going to be showing newness, and things are just going to blow people away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to see what you guys do. It's been great talking to you. I've, as I said, with the change in the faces we've seen over the years, and especially now with a lot of those faces moved on, it's been really a thing for me wondering, opening dialogues with all of you guys that we haven't talked to as much before.
Sure.
I'm really glad we're able to have some words back and forth and figure out what's up.
Definitely. And I'll say that the team that's put together at the moment is outstanding. Real sharp group of people. You can see some of the stuff that's happening here and stuff that's happening you'll be seeing next year. It's just it's thrilling for us. It's super exciting.
Well, to the listeners, hit the thread, discuss what we said, and let me know if I forgot to ask the cutting questions. Have you got any words for the listeners of the podcast other than don't listen to this and drive?
No, I just hope you love. I definitely we do this stuff. The designers that are doing this because they love it. This is fun, and hopefully that what we're doing is people are enjoying.
All right, well, that's Josh Lamb from Hasbro. That's myself getting booted out of the room. Yeah. Not necessarily, but this place is filling up.
We're gonna go bid on some stuff now.
Yeah,
excellent.
I gotta go bid some stuff, and I need a drink, man.
Excellent.
I'm dry. All
Okay.
right, talk to you later.
Thank you so much. This is awesome.
No problem.
Good deal.